Devin, you look great. You look fucking top, boy.
Devin's really listening to that. He's really listening to that 3/4 rule.
All right, so this is how we're going to do it.
Wait, Josh, help me. Am I on the line?
A little bit forward. All right, little bit more. And right there. No, back up. Right there.
Hi. Welcome to our podcast.
That face, Artie.
Hi.
That face is the reason he's not allowed within 100 feet of a school.
All right.
How's it going?
Hi, how are you? We're gonna do a little round table session real quick, like we did last week.
We're gonna talk about our lives real quick.
Quick little rundowns. Okay, cool. Hello. This week, I did nothing. No. No. This week, I just I watched. Oh, you know what I did do this week actually?
No. Oh, tell me, please.
I know you're waiting with bated breath. Okay, so this week...
It sounds like we hate each other right now.
How's that different from any other time, dude? Come on now. Okay, so this week, I've been finishing up for school and stuff like that. I got a couple weeks left, so I've been working on projects for shit like that. But while doing like graphic design stuff, I started watching all 5 seasons of Viva La Bam because I have them on DVD from middle school.
Oh my god.
Show does not hold up as well as Jackass does. It's like I enjoyed it for a nostalgia sense, but most of it was not great. But it was, it was fun for the nostalgia aspect of it, and it was weird to think about it watching it. At like one point, I looked it up. It was like during like season 2 or 3. I looked up how old Bam was when that was recording, and it said he was like 24 or 25, and I was like, oh god, I'm older than him now, like at that time, you know what I mean? And it was just a weird juxtaposition in my brain that I couldn't get over.
Yeah, I watched a couple episodes of Viva La Bam not too long ago, and it did not hold up.
It doesn't, no, unfortunately. But Jackass, I mean, I haven't watched the show in a long time, but Casey and I watched the movies Jackass 2 not that long ago, and that held up pretty good. It was pretty good. So, maybe I'll try and find Jackass the show now and see if it still holds up. I bet it does.
You could do Wild Boys, too.
Wild Boys. I've heard that holds up immensely well from somebody else who had just watched that recently. But, yeah, so that's pretty much what I've done this week. School shit. And, watched Viva La Bam. And, yeah, finished season 5 today. So I just finished it today.
Wait, when did you start it?
Only a couple of days ago. I didn't start it early in the week. But, I mean, because it's like... It's 5 seasons, but I think like each season is only like, I don't know, like less than 10 episodes. So, and they're half-hour episodes. It's not like, you know what I mean? It's not a whole lot. So, it is what it is. Yeah. Josh?
I worked. Yeah, no, I worked. That's pretty much all I've done. I really haven't had a ton of free time. I had to go in on my day off for a bit because some stuff happened, but then I got home and I got like belligerently drunk. And yeah.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, that was really fun. It was lemonade and honey jack.
Honey jack's not too bad.
And lemonade and honey jack is really good combo.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like it would be pretty good. I gotta stop fucking hunching over. Jesus Christ, dude. I gotta get one of those like those things they make for backs. Have you seen those that like are supposed to like help straighten you out? Not a back brace, but like it's like a bra basically for your back.
You need a chair.
Well, because I can't sit back further because my headphones. Look at them. They're pulling out of my head. This is it. These are my limitations.
Look, I can sit all the way back here.
Wow.
Dude.
Holy shit.
I could just...
He's just a thumb at the bottom of the screen. Oh, shit.
Hi guys.
I mean, like realistically, I have the adapter pieces for the lav mics that I could have used, but it's too late for that now. So here I am trying to put pillows behind my back.
Ugh. Excuse me.
Here you go. Just put a Ninja Turtle behind me. There we go. Oh yeah, Mikey. Ooh. All right, and Devin, you're indoors now. You live in a house now. How's that treating you?
They let him back in.
You homeless prick.
They let me back in the house. It's been forever since I've been inside. Nah, I bought a new laptop.
Not the one he's using.
Yeah, not the one I'm using. No, it doesn't have a fucking webcam.
He told me that earlier, and I was like, in the year 2020 of our Lord, a laptop without a webcam, without a webcam in 2020, that is insane to me.
Yeah, mine's built right up here.
I mean, mine's a Logitech, but
that's when Jamie's trying to talk to me through the door because she doesn't know that I'm recording a podcast.
Probably should have told her that. I'll tell her. I'll text her right now.
No, I did tell her that. That's why I'm using her laptop for this.
Yeah, well. I'm still going to text her and tell her.
Jamie, shut up and go away.
But yeah, I bought a new laptop. It's been great for gaming.
It's been
great for gaming. But got a new laptop. Found out it doesn't have a fucking webcam. So I had to try to use my old laptop that's been running into so many issues. That one has a webcam, but for some odd reason, it's like it recognizes it had a webcam, but the webcam wasn't working. So the screen was just showing up black. And I wasn't actually being shown. So I was like, all right, well, what the hell? So I had to go borrow my sister's laptop for this.
Yeah, it seems like
all right,
it's some weird tech problem. I mean, like, I'm sure there's a solution to it, but, you know, it's hard when you can't, you know what I mean? Like, I could probably help you troubleshoot it if I was there. But, you know, it's whatever.
Yeah, so
we figured it out.
But just the brand new laptop, which I love, by the way. It's
crazy to me.
Perfectly.
That's crazy to me.
I felt like I was hacking into the Matrix last night because I'm trying to host my own Minecraft server. So
so you were doing all the
yeah. So like the black screen with long stretches of text, I'm like typing into that and trying to figure out how to get it to work, and I finally got it working. Also found something interesting out because go figure Jamie would come up with this. So I'm showing her what I did last night, and I showed her everything I had to do to make the server.
Yeah.
And that black screen with a long string of text, I think it's called the command prompt.
Yeah, it's command prompt. Yep.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, it showed everything up there, and I can even type in console commands from this screen that affect the server.
Yeah.
And I was in the server messing around doing stuff, and she's like, so can Artie or Casey be on the server without you actually being in the game? And I was like, yeah, I did it earlier with Artie. He was in the game and I wasn't. And I could see everything he was on that, the command prompt. It said, Artie joined the game. Artie sent this message. Artie did this. And I was like, could you kill him from that screen? I was like, I don't know.
Did you try that?
I did try. I put myself. Okay. No, I put myself into the world. It works.
I meant like, yeah, I thought I was asking if you tried it like on me when I was in there, but okay, I got you.
No. You had already left at this point.
You.
You're just a god amongst cubes.
Yeah, as opposed to me, a god amongst pubes.
So yeah, I loaded into the world and I opened up the command prompt and I typed in the console command to kill entities, so kill Samurai Puppy, which is me. Yeah. And I died. So I was like, oh, I could totally fuck with Artie this way.
Don't do that.
But no, I wouldn't like kill you. I would do like harmless. I would do harmless pranks. Like
just teleport him to areas nowhere near anyone else.
I would just like teleport him a few blocks just for shits and giggles, or like randomly give him
harmless things. Look up how to make a bomb in his computer and give it to the FBI. Tell them their IP address. Harmless stuff, simple stuff, not a problem. Don't worry about it.
teleport him to the max world height, which is what 256, and just
I think it's like
drop straight
250.
down.
It might be. Is it over 256 now? It might be towards 400 or some shit now. I don't know. But anyways,
I don't know, but yeah.
So
That's only been the last 2 days.
I mean, I guess we could transition into what we've been playing because we've been talking about Minecraft.
Yeah.
So keep going, Devin.
So how last week I said I was playing Gears 5, beat it.
makes sense.
Heck yeah.
Oh
Mazel
my
tov.
God, it pissed me off unbelievably.
Why?
I was so just the story.
Oh, really? Not a fan.
Is it a positive or a negative piss? Is it like, was it supposed to piss you off, or was it like just not good?
Obviously,
it was
without
supposed to
spoilers.
piss you off.
Okay,
Yeah, without spoilers, it was supposed to piss you off,
Okay, good.
that makes
and
sense.
they did a goddamn good job of it because I was angry.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like
I
that's
think-
not super difficult to do. I'll be completely honest, Evan, especially when it comes to video games.
But no, what you're talking about is actual gameplay. I'm talking about story. There's a difference between being pissed off at the story and being pissed off at gameplay.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah, I totally.
So yeah, and the worst part about it was the thing that pissed me off. Game ended cliffhanger.
Oof.
I hate games that end on cliffhangers. Like, I understand if you want to do a little, like, stinger afterwards, like Marvel style, about what's to come next, but ending it like that is just the worst.
Do you want to know the reason I hate when games end on cliffhangers? Half-Life 2 Part 2.
Yeah, fair enough. That's what I was gonna say. Because sometimes because that's the thing is, even video games or shows, either one you're gonna deal with, they'll make it and they'll put a stinger like that at the end to help build up hype, so they can potentially get another game or another season, stuff like that. And I understand the logic behind them doing it. However, usually it ends up biting them in the ass and just makes the people who were fans really mad at them when it inevitably wasn't enough fans to warrant a second game or another season. And that,
Yeah, Constantine.
although he
But-
does a great job on Legends. I love
Yeah.
him. I'm so happy he's on Legends.
That Matt Ryan is John Constantine.
Oh, absolutely.
But
Well, he
the
even
show
even
ended on a
on the animated movies and stuff, Justice League Dark, when they did that, they brought him
He
in. They're
pushed
like, "No, you're him. You are Constantine." Like, and I love it.
I mean, I know that Half-Life 2 just came out with Half-Life Alex, which is setting up a Half-Life 3.
Oh,
I
is
watched
it
the
actually?
entire playthrough.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's setting
I
up
haven't seen
Half-Life 3
anything
finally.
about it, but I guess that makes sense.
But I mean, regardless, like, what the fuck, dude? It's been 11 years.
Yeah.
I hate when games end on cliffhangers. Everything I love ends in a cliffhanger, and then there's never a sequel.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, there's just been so many instances where that happens, and it just like totally bums me out. So yeah, Josh, what are you playing this week?
I haven't had a ton of time to play anything.
Oh, that's
but
true. Yeah.
I started a playthrough of Dark Souls 2.
Oh yeah, you're playing on Switch, right? I think I saw that.
No, I was playing. Thought, let's try Dark Souls 1 on my Switch, and then played it for a little bit, and then decided I really want to play Dark Souls 2. So I deleted that off my Switch, and I'm playing Dark Souls 2.
Fair enough.
I slept so hard on that game.
Which one? 1 or 2?
Dark Souls 2.
Oh, 2. Okay.
Dark Souls 1 I love, but Dark Souls 2 I slept so hard on.
Which
think I've
one's
only
2?
played
Was
it
2
once.
the newest one?
3 is the newest.
3
one.
is the newest one. Okay.
I
don't think I've
played a
seen
lot
any of
3 when
2.
it came out.
I've seen 3. I don't think I've seen 2 though.
I think 2 is when it came out. So here's the issue with 2. Dark Souls 1 had a great story, like a very unique story. Dark Souls 2 did nothing with that story. Dark Souls 3 is almost a direct sequel to Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 2 is the redheaded stepchild. Although I did hear an incredible theory as to why that's the case, and I subscribe to it in my personal headcanon.
What's that?
At the end of Dark Souls 1, so Dark Souls, I'm talking to 2 people who've never played Dark Souls. So Dark Souls is at the beginning of everything there was only gray, and then there was fire. Fire caused the gray to become light and dark, which then in turn caused life and death. So to keep the Age of Light going, people do something called linking the first flame. Basically, you sacrifice yourself to the first fire that caused that separation between light and dark to continue the Age of Light. At the end of Dark Souls
it's a
1,
virgin in a volcano.
kind of, yeah.
Okay.
At the end of Dark Souls 1, you have the choice to link the flame or not, to let it turn into an Age of Darkness.
Oh.
The theory I heard is that Dark Souls 3 is what happens if you link the flame, continuing the Age of Light.
Oh.
Which is why it's a direct sequel to Dark Souls 1.
Okay.
But Dark Souls 2 is what happens if you let
don't.
it. If you don't link the flame and cause an Age of Darkness. The gods are all dead by the time Dark Souls 2 is around.
Okay.
There are no gods anymore. There's like the main character, like the main the kind of foil to the god Gwyn from the first game.
Yeah.
Is King Vendrick, and King Vendrick is human. So there are really no gods anymore. It's really humans. So that would be the Age of Darkness.
No, that makes sense, though. Because, I mean, I've heard very similar things, theories like that on people trying to work out the timeline for Legend of Zelda. Like, where certain games fit in. Like this game and this game branch off of Link either winning or losing in this game.
Yeah, isn't there like 3 different timelines?
There's
for
3
Zelda?
timelines and it's all because of Ocarina of Time decided to do time travel.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, exactly. It's kind of like that same concept where like it's all dependent on how the outcome of that ends. Of like, does Link actually become the hero and save everybody in Ocarina, or does he not? And if he doesn't, then he gets reincarnated and then ends up on a fucking island with bird people. You know, shit happens.
So with Dark Souls 1, it's kind of the theory. And like in Dark Souls 2, like there's mentions of the gods. And there are these kind of allegories, these foils to the 4 Lord Souls from the first game. Because in the cutscene, the very first cutscene for the first game, they mentioned 4 Lord Souls, which were the Witch of Izalith, Gwyn, Lord of Sunlight, Nito, the First of the Dead, and ITO. Nito, First of the Dead, and the Furtive Pygmy. But in this game, in Dark Souls 2, there are allegories to that. There's the I forget, like the Wandering Sinner or something like that. He is the allegory for the Witch of Izalith, and you get the old witch soul from her. Like the old Iron King gets you. So basically, these characters have accidentally inherited the souls of the gods
because the gods are already dead at that point.
Because the gods are all dead now.
Okay, I got you.
So
interesting.
It's kind of cool, and
I dig it.
Looking at it with that light, it gives me a new appreciation for it. Plus, King Vendrick is such an interesting character to me.
If I could ever get good at games, I would probably try it. Like it's one of those games where like I'm interested in it conceptually. I just know that they're very difficult. So
if you're interested in it conceptually, I'm gonna plug someone who really doesn't deserve any plugging because he's so popular and so good. There's a YouTuber known as Vadi Vidya, VAATIVIDYA, and his whole channel is just Dark Souls lore.
Now my question is because I've never even booted up Dark Souls. Are there difficulty options?
No.
Listen. All right.
Lord.
Whoa. Sorry. Jeez.
Get good, Scrub Lord.
Oh man. Well, no, because I mean, some games, even if they are difficult, they give you an easier one, so you can just experience the story. So that's why I'm asking. All right.
But Dark Souls' story is also told in a very unique way. It's told through item descriptions, through what few interactions you have with NPCs.
Yeah.
Through
kind of like the lore was in Destiny. It was all like...
I was literally just about to say that just sounds like Destiny, and that upsets me.
Just based on like
it's
items,
my favorite
Grimoire.
thing.
Oh god, Josh loved the Grimoires.
If you're gonna get upset by that, you got to realize that Dark Souls only tells 75% of the story.
It's more than half. I'll take it. It's better than
I mean, it's.
I can live with 75.
So where's the other quarter?
They don't tell it. You have to put the pieces together yourself, and then sometimes you'll just be left with we don't know.
Nope. My interest is gone now.
I love you. No, watch Vadi's videos. He's great. Artie, what have you been playing?
Animal Crossing.
You had more free time than all of us.
Yeah, you would think, but I spend most of it sleeping and doing stuff for school. So yeah, all I've played this week was Animal Crossing. Made bank, being a turnip boy.
A turnip boy.
Well, yeah, because my island was selling, like, they were buying turnips for a crazy amount, so I just opened up my island.
You told... Yeah, he texted me that, and I went, fuck! fuck?
Yeah, dude. So
I don't have any
they were
turnip.
like, my turnips were selling for like over 500. So I just started.
Hey.
So I opened my island and people were coming through and I was like getting like 10% from each of them. So I paid off my like house like immediately. Now all I have to do is pay a little bit more and I get my basement, which is pretty cool.
You scrub lord! I already have my basement.
Did
You
you
cheated.
Did you end up telling Monica?
I think I told her, yeah. But yeah, so pretty much just playing that. But I did also buy I bought an NES, an SNES, Tony Hawk's Underground 1 and 2, and American Wasteland, because Daddy Trump loves me and gave me money. And so yeah, so I've just been spending it on video games and stuff like that. So once I'm done with school, I'm just gonna kind of hit some nostalgia games and all that. Fucking kick Eric Sparrow's ass in Underground.
I'm hoping between the stimulus check we got, my tax return, which I haven't done yet.
File your goddamn taxes, dude.
Jesus Christ.
We got an extension until June. Shut up.
It doesn't matter. File.
My
I had that shit done the minute I got them.
Well, you know what? Between my stimulus check, my tax returns, and the fact that I might be making an extra $1,000 a month because of bills being passed in Rhode Island to essential workers, I am hoping I'll have enough to buy a house.
Can we
but
all
at
live
least
in
put a
it?
down payment on.
Can we all
No,
live
I
in
hate you.
Oh, come on. We can have a YouTuber house. Come on. We could be like fucking those fucking
Viners?
Yeah, like Viners and shit. We could be like the Pauls. The fuck is that?
My dog's toy.
Ew. I thought it looked like a fucking like a chicken claw holding like a
It's
fuzzy little
absolutely her
nutsack.
favorite toy, but it's a wreck.
Oh. I mean, well, it's suitable for you, so I guess that's something. So anyways.
Ribbed for my pleasure. Let's do some Ask Reddits.
Yeah.
Okay. So I told them the questions ahead of time this week.
So we
they
could
be
try to have a
prepared,
little
But
something
none
prepped.
of them looked, I bet.
Devin, I don't want to see your penis.
Devin looks like those guys on what's it called? That website where you randomly match with someone with a webcam.
Oh, Omegle.
Yeah. Is it Omegle?
Yeah, it's
It looks
Omegle.
like those guys on Omegle who try to show me their dicks.
He's like, hey, see where the camera is? You can't see that. I don't have pants on.
You ever see
I've
that?
never actually been on Omegle.
Me either.
You ever see that video of the guy who's doing this?
Yeah.
And then it comes up and he's washing a pan.
So good.
So the first question I have this week is: has someone ever challenged you to something that they didn't know you're an expert at? If so, how did it turn out for you / them? This is by user Strudolf. I think it's supposed to be like Adolf, but with strudel.
Delicious.
Oh,
We're gonna go
my
in order
God,
here.
what delicious strudel!
Do you want to go in order or?
I guess I can go first.
Sure, go ahead.
So, it's quite well known that I'm a bit of a history buff.
Fucking nerd.
By that I mean I have a bachelor's degree in history with a concentration in museum studies. I like my dead stuff. What can I tell you? So and that didn't change when I was in high school. I was really, I had straight A's in history all through high school because it's just dead stuff. I like dead stuff. Yeah. So when I was in high school, Call of Duty World at War was big. The early high school because we were playing a lot of Nazi zombies because Nazi zombies is the shit.
Yeah, that's the only thing I ever really used it for. It was like that and like solo matches like in fucking Nuketown and stuff.
Call of Duty Zombies is my favorite. So
Zombies is always good.
I had a friend over and they were arguing with me that World at War was a World War I game. And my response to that was, it's got Nazi zombies in it.
Yeah. Do you not know when Nazis were? Do you not know when zombies were? Zombies clearly didn't invade until World War II, you walnut.
And then he goes, yeah, it's the only part of it that's from World War II. And I go, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Why would they mash them up? Why would they use all of World War I, but only one part from World War II? Holy crap.
So I go to Google it and I go, no, you know what? I don't even need to Google this. I get up and grab the game case, and on the back of the game case, it says, "At the end of World War II," as the first line. So I read that out loud, and then just look at him. And he gets mad and just straight up leaves my house.
Do I know who this is?
Just none, probably not.
Okay.
But just straight up walked out of my house. Totally done with that conversation. Didn't see him again for a little bit because he was so mad at me.
Haven't seen him since. Some say he's still walking down the street to this very day.
It was the dumbest fight I've ever had with anyone ever. And I knew what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I had straight A's in history.
Yeah.
I literally majored in it.
I mean,
later in life.
Dude, I'm not even I would never say I'm a smart person. Like I'm not
That guy.
I'm not stupid, but I'm not like a super intelligent person. But even I know that. Like,
yeah, it's not hard to know that like World War II was Nazis.
Oh my God.
Like World War I is the complicated war, but like you can at least tell me that like it wasn't Nazis.
Yeah. That doesn't make sense at all. Yeah, for me, I think I got a couple of instances, but oddly enough, they all involve the channel, I guess. Catatonic, because like, one time Devin and I did. I think it was Devin. Was it you and I that did the Pokemon race with the names?
Yes.
Yeah. So one time Devin and I, it's a website where it like literally just has like numbers 1 through 151 of the original.
I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna stop you right there. This question asked if you were challenged. I never challenged you. You went up to me and said, "Hey, this is what we're doing," and I was like, "You're gonna win."
Okay.
Yes, this is when you were challenged, Artie.
That's exactly how that went down. You go, "Hey, so we're gonna do the guess that Pokemon, but we're gonna do it with all 150 of them in X amount of time," and I'm just like, "There's no challenge here. You're gonna win."
Yeah. That's like when we tried to do, superhero prescription drugs with Devin. There's no way he was going to get that. Hard mode was doing it with like me or you, but not with Devin.
Then I don't know, because the hard part is nobody ever really challenges me to anything, because nobody expects me to be able to do anything ever. I can't think of a specific instance.
For your benefit, I'll change the story. Yes, I challenged a Pokemon. Guess that Pokemon.
All right, here's the deal. I cannot think of a very specific instance, but I am positive there's been instances where people have tried to challenge me on like things involving video games, comic books, superhero stuff like that when I was at work. A place where I literally work because of my knowledge of that stuff. But I will have people who are just customers challenge me on it. I cannot think of a very specific one at this instance, besides one woman who was convinced that Bruce Banner was Batman, or that there was a fucking a PlayStation 64. Stupid shit like that. But like they'll challenge me on it. But like I can't give more specifics than those two off the top of my head. But yeah, so
you just challenged on nerd bullshit all day.
Pretty much. Like I said, I get paid to know that shit. It's like, obviously I know what the fuck I'm talking about. There's a reason why I work here and you don't. Yeah. So.
As a side note, anytime I'm in that stupid store, people think I work there.
Dude, I go anywhere, people. It does not matter what store I go to, people think I work there. I go to FYE, I work there. I go to Target, I work there. It does not matter. Everywhere I go, somebody thinks I work there. I don't know what it is. Do I just give retail vibes?
Yeah, you totally do. You're totally a retail vibe guy. But I don't. That's the thing. Like, I don't give off. I give off a "don't talk to me" vibe.
Yeah, you do.
And
yeah.
I love it. It's my goal. I've been harnessing that power for years.
He's been cultivating it.
Anytime I'm in the toy vault and someone's like, "Oh, do you know where this is?" and I'm like, "Absolutely not."
No,
and they're like. And then they look at me weird, and I'm like, I don't work here. Because that's not the response you're supposed to give at retail.
No, the only time I don't challenge people on shit is I think I don't think I mentioned it here, but like I probably mentioned in episodes and shit. But I just, when it comes to Star Wars stuff, I just feign the utmost ignorance on it because I do not want to get into discussions about Star Wars with fans because it's never gonna end well. It never ends
Star
well.
Wars fans suck.
Yeah, they're terrible. Not all of them, but the majority of them are very...
Hashtag and not all Star Wars fans.
The majority of them are very opinionated and refuse to listen to anybody else. And even if you spit them 100% logic, they're still going to argue with it. So
At some point, we should have a conversation about the new Star Wars trilogy because I'm very opinionated on that, but I have pretty founded opinions. But like, I
haven't seen any of them.
yeah.
Oh, really?
I have. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'll chat with you on that.
But yeah, you and I could chat about it sometime. But I have a real issue with the new one on like a film level, not on like a Star Wars level.
Okay.
Devin, how about you?
I've never really been challenged with anything.
Devin's whole life is a challenge. What are you on about? God gave you hard mode. He was like, this kid's going to have it too easy. Diabetes!
I hate you.
Diabetes and gigantuous.
Gigantic. Nah, nobody really challenges me to anything.
Except for this one
Really?
time when he
I
went
mean,
to Burger King and a guy tried to pick a fight with him. We're just going to tell the same story every week.
That's gonna be the same story with you, Devin.
All right. So this one time, I was and I was with my friend Dean. He's been on the channel before. You've seen him.
Yeah,
We
I've
were
heard
just
of him.
getting
Yeah.
Burger King.
There's a guy teardrop tattoo.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah, no, I mean, aside from like video games, I don't get challenged to anything really. So it's pretty boring in that aspect.
Yeah, God forbid. It must be terrible not having your authority challenged.
Yeah, I just have to argue with people all the time.
Yeah, it must be
It's
terrible for
annoying.
you, Devin. Oh, shit.
I had to argue with someone about onions the other day. This woman, I swear to God, it was the last time I had to work days because me and my old boss fucked up and we both took too much time off at the same time. Whatever, not our fault. So I had to work a couple days. This lady is holding a large red onion.
Okay.
Looks at me with her whole ass face and says,
With her whole ass.
Her whole ass face.
"Are these yellow onions?" Now, I gave her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she's colorblind.
Possible.
But there's also a very visual difference between a red onion and a yellow onion. They look entirely different.
Yeah.
So I just had come to the conclusion that she's stupid. That's all I can think of. That's all I got.
Oh, shit.
So to move on to our next question. Social and religious norms aside, how would you like your death to be mourned or celebrated?
You did
This
not
is
tell
by-
us that one.
I totally did.
You did not.
This is-
Devin, Josh, I'm looking at the list right now.
I totally did.
I looked at the list as well. I didn't see that.
You are full of shit.
I got it right here.
Go to the text. Go to our group chat. Go to our group chat right now. Scroll your fat ass
Nope,
back
totally
and tell me.
didn't.
Yeah,
Nope, totally
that's what I
didn't tell you
fucking thought.
Okay, I know why I took that one out. Because I didn't want two sad ones. You're right. Did you call me fat? I lost a lot of weight.
Yep.
Okay, let me get the actual one.
I'm
yeah,
sorry, you're not
originally that
fat
one.
anymore. I'm sorry.
I'm still pretty fat. but
I
I'm
mean,
not
you're
gonna
fatter
lie.
than me, but
It's not hard to be fatter than you.
yeah, I'm 135 pounds.
I'm almost 200 pounds.
Devin, what are you, like 140, I think? You're a little bit more than me now.
Last time I was weighed, I was 135.
Oh, are you?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
we're
So
the
this
same
is
then.
the actual next question. What is the saddest video game you've ever
That's
played?
what
and
it should
why?
be, yes.
By user Raymond06.
Somebody else go first.
Devin can.
So going on with my Gears theme, any Gears of War game.
Yeah, those are really sad games.
Yeah, I feel that.
They are also the only video games that have actually made me cry with the character death. And without fail, there is at least one named character in every Gears game that dies.
Yeah, and his name is Carmine.
No. Those are just the first 2 games. Gears 3 had Clayton Carmine, and he's still alive.
Oh, is Clayton still alive?
Clayton Carmine is still alive.
He was
Oh
the
yeah, I
one, he was
remember
the
us
heavy
talking
weapon
about
one,
that.
right?
I remember us talking about that when we played.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's funny.
Yeah. Clayton Carmine is the only. Well, actually, they said there's 4 brothers, and you've got Anthony Carmine and Benjamin Carmine, and then Clayton Carmine. But there's a 4th brother who you've never met. So I'm a little confused.
I'm surprised I remembered Carmine.
But yeah, there's Gears for me is definitely the saddest game I've ever played, any of them, because every time there's always a sad character death, and it always gets to me.
Yeah, no, I get
Yeah,
that.
those games are definitely tragic.
Yep.
I'd say they're
I
like a
feel
Greek tragedy, but like they're like a Greek tragedy if the Spartans did tragedies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, no, I get that.
I feel as though it's like the Game of Thrones of video games, because they just have no issue killing off characters.
Well, good news for you, Devin.
Because Game of Thrones has a shitty ending.
I was gonna say good news for Devin. There is a Game of Thrones game. It's terrible.
Is it?
Oh yeah, Telltale did one, huh?
It's a lot of talking. I mean,
Rest
so
in
is the
peace.
show, but whatever.
Oh, I was about to say Telltale games. There's always a lot of talking.
No,
It
but I
tells a
mean, like,
story.
I don't know. From what I saw of this one, it's even more so than other Telltale games.
It's just talking. There's no climax or anything. It's just like gonna want to go sit on the Iron Throne.
Yes or no?
No, I'm good.
If you say no, you're gonna live. That's basically how it is.
They will remember that.
Yeah. Remember when they did that in Borderlands 3? Never mind. Artie, what's up? How about you?
So I probably could have used more time to think about this, because man, I've played so many games and like I don't remember much about them, like most of them.
It's hard to sift through your memory banks.
Yeah, dude, it really is. But I don't know. I mean, honestly, I feel like one of the saddest things for me in a video game was probably during Spider-Man for PS4. There was a few moments in that that are just like pretty like that game makes you feel like all the emotions. It gets you all of them, and I think like honestly, for as far as like games go, it might have been one of my like most favorites as far as like just the way it's structured. Like it hits so many great points. But yeah, there's definitely a few moments in that are just so sad, and because of the way the game presents itself, it makes you feel it a little bit more than like other games have had me feel, I guess, if that makes sense. I'm trying not to like spoil it, because that's a game that I would never want to spoil for somebody, because that game is incredible.
For me, I was thinking it would be Yoshi's Woolly World.
I never I played very little of that game.
It's not sad. That was just fucking around.
Oh, see, I was gonna make a joke. I was gonna make a joke like that. I was gonna make a joke. I was gonna be like, yeah, you guys ever play Pokemon Pinball? And the ball goes down the thing. Tears, man.
It's just every time waterworks.
Tears. Can't.
But in actuality, it is a Nintendo game. It's Mother 3.
I had a feeling you were gonna choose one of like the Earthbound or Mother games. I knew you were gonna. I had a feeling.
Mother 3 is the saddest game I've ever played. The game, no spoilers, begins with the death of your twin brother.
You know what? Mega Man Battle Network, same thing actually.
Yeah.
Mega Man Battle Network, also dead brother. But
yeah, it begins with the death of your twin brother, and then gets sadder.
Gets sad.
Like, it is not a happy game. It is a very well written game.
Yeah.
It is a game that I think would be perfectly adapted to an anime. But I think that you don't play Mother 3 because you want to feel good. You play Mother 3 because you want to experience a whole spectrum of emotion.
Yeah, I totally feel that. Yeah, I get what you mean.
And then my honorable mention is probably The Last of Us.
I still have to play that. I got it when I got my PS4. It was like a bundle that came with a physical copy of that and then a digital of God and
I haven't touched it yet. It
Dawn,
was
Horizon
God of War,
Zero Horizon Dawn.
No,
not Zero Horizon Dawn.
Zero Dawn.
What is it called? Yeah, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Horizon
New
Zero
Horizon
Dawn.
Zero
Horizon
Dawn.
Zero Dawn. Oh, okay, I just said it backwards.
Horizon.
Yeah.
No, Animal Crossing New Horizons. That's where we're fucking saying.
Yeah.
Dude,
But-
there needs to be way more robots in that game. I know you can get some robot villagers, but I need more.
You should definitely play The Last of Us, especially with Last
Yeah.
of Us 2 coming out
Oh
this
no,
year.
it's on my maybe
The Last of Us
maybe coming out this year.
So no, it's still confirmed to come out this year. They got pushed back again, but it's still confirmed
Oh,
to
is it
come
still
out this
confirmed?
year.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, it's one of those games I'm
PAX.
probably gonna play it at like over the summer. You know, since I
You should,
gonna have
because my dad is not like my dad plays a lot of video games, but he like plays the same video games.
yeah.
So like he just like plays the games he really likes. I can't tell you the amount of times he's beaten The Witcher 3. Like he's beaten The Witcher 3 more than I have. And
I
it's
need
my
to play
favorite
that as
game
well.
of all
Yeah,
time.
that's another one on my list.
But The Last of Us is my dad's favorite game,
Interesting.
and rightfully so. It's very well written. If you want to experience the game without playing it, HBO is coming out with a show.
I saw that. Yeah.
But the ending of that game is the most human ending I've ever seen in a game, and it was very tragic in how that was.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like one of the it's like towards the top of my pile of games to play.
All right. So moving on. Next question.
I think you should skip the next one and go with the video game soundtrack.
The other video, that one?
Yeah, the
I
other
can do
ones,
that.
I don't know. It's a weird question. I don't really have an answer for it.
I don't
The
have my
worst
phone
teacher
in
you
front
ever
of me.
had?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Oh, I've got a.
no, don't get
Yeah,
him started.
Let's go with video games.
All right, let's not get him started. Video game soundtrack.
Let's not get him
What
started.
is the best video game soundtrack? Now, I'm going first on this one because I'm really opinionated on this. My
All right,
favorite.
I'm sorry. Let me tell you about this bitch. She fucking kicked me out of class because I sneezed. I am not kidding. This dumb bitch kicked me out because I sneezed.
Oh God, here we
Well,
go.
Devin shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, right. Why'd you go and sneeze?
Because I just had the most loud, obnoxious, rambunctious group of assholes in my class, and normally I was the quiet one. And the one time I sneezed, she's like, "All right, I've had enough. Get out."
That's how it goes, man. You know, other people push the buttons, and then it's just the next thing that happens. That's the person who takes the brunt. It's unfortunate how it works, but
I used to talk back to teachers a lot because I'm a smart ass.
No, I talk back all the time.
teachers love
Anyway,
me.
that was my small.
Sorry, that was your tangent. My opinions of
was my
video
small
game
opinion.
soundtracks. So, the video game soundtrack I probably listened to the most, and by extension used for D&D a lot, is The Witcher 3. Because that soundtrack is really good. That soundtrack is so good, if you buy The Witcher 3 physical, you get a copy of the soundtrack with it.
Cool.
Like, they just give it to you.
Yeah.
But, so I'd say that's probably my favorite soundtrack. However, I think the soundtrack that fits the games the best is Dark Souls.
Mm-hmm.
Dark Souls boss music is really big. Can you tell that we all like the same two games? But
I mean, you can probably tell what my favorite is, considering my background.
Yeah,
but
Slipknot.
yeah, just
Slipknot.
Slipknot.
Yeah. Chess.
But like things like
Love that
Gwyn's
smooth
theme,
jazz.
Gwyn's theme when you're fighting Gwyn, Lord of Cinders, and it's just like this piano music
Mhm.
because you're fighting a fallen god. Everything from that to fighting Gehrman and Bloodborne in a field with rose petals falling to just the really big loud music that can sometimes come with like the big loud bosses. It's the sound design in those games is very well thought out. The dancer's theme from Dark Souls 3 is incredible. It's they do a very good job
Wait,
having
isn't,
music.
I think I've seen a few things about. Isn't the dancer that weird thing that crawls with the dual swords?
Yeah, the dancer of the Boreal Valley. She.
Yeah, that thing. I've seen a lot about that. Like I've never played the game, but apparently a lot of people fucking rage quit over her.
I beat the dancer. I think my second try on the dancer. So Dark Souls in general, you will always get stuck on some boss. Sometimes because they're difficult, but sometimes just because your playstyle doesn't match up well to it.
Yeah.
Like there's a boss in Bloodborne. the vacuous spider, who I for the life of me I struggle every time fighting, and it's just because I'm not good at large groups of enemies.
Oh yeah, no, I get what you mean.
You're good at one-on-one combat.
Yeah, but there's when you're fighting the this particular boss, there's like large groups of enemies around the boss, and I just really struggle with that. And like everyone else I know, like it's the easiest boss in Bloodborne, but to me, the easiest boss in Bloodborne, like I wrecked some of the final bosses very fast. Like with Gehrman and the Moon entity, I beat them both my first try. Those are the final bosses of the game. And then the DLC boss, which is the hardest boss in Bloodborne by far, the Orphan of Kos, I beat, I think, 2 or 3 times in. Like, no stress, really fun fight. Because it's just a duel.
Yeah.
So, and I'm really good at those, and I really like those.
No, that makes sense, yeah.
So, and then some bosses are just, like, designed to be hard. Like, the Nameless King in Dark Souls 3, you have an entire health bar you take down.
Is that the giant skeleton with all like the jewels and shit?
Yeah, and he's on a dragon.
See, I know shit. Yeah. I know things.
Yeah, the Nameless King, like you fight him on a dragon, you take down that entire health bar. He gets off the dragon, full new health bar. Your health bar hasn't changed. Your Estus or your health potions haven't changed. But that's just stupid.
That's pretty dumb.
Fuck that boss. Anyway, the music in those games fits usually what you're doing. I'm a huge fan of the music in the Souls series. Devin, you're next.
So I've got 3 games.
He's a big fan of Breaking Benjamin, I bet.
Yeah.
Get it? Because Halo 2's in the background? Nice.
Breaking Benjamin's his favorite band.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's my all-time favorite band.
Yeah, that makes sense, because Halo 2, you have a Halo 2 poster in the back.
Well, I mean, I don't associate them with Halo anymore.
Well, yeah, they've obviously separated from that, but like you can't deny.
Like Halo 2 Anniversary, there was a scene in Halo 2, or not scene, but there was a section in one of the levels in Halo 2 that played "Blow Me Away" by Breaking Benjamin. And in Halo 2 Anniversary, I guess maybe something to do with like the licensing or copyright, but yeah, they had to replace it.
No way, that's a bummer. That was cool.
Yeah, they had to replace the music with something else. But it's funny because you can switch back between the new graphics and old graphics. So if you switch back to the old graphics, it's still "Blow Me Away." And
then I'd absolutely play it like that.
That's weird.
Then you switch to the new graphics and the music changes with it. So it's playing 2 completely different songs. And it's just like, I want to switch the music. Just hit the select button, change the graphics, and a new song's playing.
That's weird.
That's very weird.
But yeah, in general, I love Breaking Benjamin. But the Halo soundtrack in general I love it.
Did you ever listen to the Gravemind parts backwards?
I have not.
There's a couple tracks on the Halo 3 soundtrack, and maybe even on the Halo 2 soundtrack, where, if you can't tell, I'm really into video game soundtracks, that have backwards speech from the Gravemind. And if you listen to them backwards, the Gravemind is giving a monologue. Because the Gravemind, you got to look that up. I'll send you a link.
Yeah, you're gonna have to send that to me because I gotta see that.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
I had no idea about that. But the Halo soundtrack, the Elder Scrolls soundtrack.
Ooh, yeah.
So, Skyrim, for instance. Oblivion. Oblivion, I actually like Oblivion's soundtrack a lot better than Skyrim's. Skyrim's still good, don't get me wrong. I started with Oblivion, so I'm a bit biased to that.
Yeah, a soft like nostalgia spot for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
And then just Mario. Mario in general has it's solid sounds.
Yeah.
Also nostalgia, but
but I mean, even for those, I mean, like, that's a perfect way to lead into mine, because I mean, I've got a couple that I was gonna say as well. Most of them are based in that same thing. Like, so there's 2 groups here. There's the first group, which is games like Mario, Mega Man, Undertale, games like that, where it's like this classic chiptune style, but it's so simple and such a basic thing. but it creates amazing like music that is, because of the way it's made, kind of timeless. Like the fact that it like has resurged and been present again in like video games and like media in general for quite a while now again, which is pretty cool. So there's that. And then the opposite side of that coin is, if I was going to say the soundtrack that maybe influenced like my growth as a person in like interest in music in a more grand scheme of it, then you cannot deny the power of all the Tony Hawk games and Guitar Heroes. Because those games, I know it's kind of a cheap shot there, but
I was about to say Guitar Hero is a cheap shot because it's based off
Guitar
of
Hero
music.
is a cheap shot, but I feel you on Tony Hawk, because anytime I think of Tony Hawk 4, I think of Seneca Falls by the Distillers.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
like
how
I mean, like, dude,
it's what I associate
Distillers, Goldfinger, CKY, like, I mean, like, all these incredible bands. I mean, CKY is all right, but you know, it's like all these great bands though that like probably I would never have heard of if it hadn't been for, like I said, the Guitar Heroes. You know, most of those songs are things I'd already known, but there's a lot of stuff I didn't know that I learned from there. Like Buckethead, dude, I didn't know who Buckethead was, but I learned him from there, and I mean, he's freaking incredible. You know, same with
Butt Naked Surfers.
Butthole Surfers. You mean?
Yeah.
Butthole Surfers, same thing. Even I mean, think about it. Did anybody know know Dragon Force before Guitar Hero?
No, man, no. And I like Dragon Force now.
That's what I'm saying, dude. So like, I know it feels like a cheap shot,
that.
but that's why
I'll give you that. There's a lot of artists that I found through Guitar Hero and Rock Band.
Yeah.
So I'll give you.
So that's why I'm looking at them. That's why I split it into two bits. It's like the vintage, like retro style, like chiptune game stuff. That stuff is things that I feel holds up the best and makes its own path. And then the Guitar Heroes and the Tony Hawk stuff is the stuff that are timeless soundtracks because of the collection of variation that they bring together.
Honorable mention, Doom soundtrack, Rex. That soundtrack is awesome. I would not put it anywhere near my favorite one. Doom 2016.
Oh, okay. I still have to play it. I haven't played it. Still need to play
Doom
it.
2016 soundtrack is a lot more heavy metal than Doom Eternal soundtrack is.
Eternal's the new one, right?
Eternal's the new one, which Eternal's such a good game.
I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Didn't that come out around the same time as Animal Crossing?
Yes.
Yep.
And there's been a lot of memes because of it.
I've been seeing a lot of Doom Guy and Isabel fighting the house ones together.
From our Twitter
that's
about
fucking funny.
Yeah, no, I love that shit.
I tweeted from our Twitter about it because I was playing both at the same time. I was swapping between Animal Crossing and Doom a lot. So let me open up whatever the tweet was because I don't remember what it was.
There's been so many great like memes, videos, and like everything about that. I've even seen like shirts where they mix like the art style for Doom's like logo, but make it Animal Crossing, and then vice versa and stuff. There's such good stuff.
Yeah, so the tweet was, the contrast between playing Animal Crossing and playing Doom can get confusing. I want to give some demons presents, and I want to rip and tear some villagers until it's done.
Shit. That's good.
But I beat Doom Eternal, and that game was really good. Like, video game soundtracks are really big for me. I really do like some video game soundtracks a lot. Some of them aren't the best. Like, I would say, like, Borderlands soundtrack's really weak, in my opinion.
See, that's the thing is, I have a very similar opinion on a lot of modern video games just don't do it for me, and most games at this point, I just play with the music off and listen to podcasts or something instead. Because most soundtracks nowadays are just too repetitive and too boring. Like, there's just nothing there's nothing special about them. You know what I mean? They all feel the same to me. Like, it just feels like you just went to the same, like, you know, like they went on like YouTube's like music library and like, oh, this guy McCloud, let's just use his shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Let's use this royalty-free dubstep music.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it all just feels the same at this point. So that's kind of why at this point I just don't even listen to video game music. But usually I do, whenever like I do indie games, because almost always those have actual passion behind their music and everything else, which is pretty cool.
And I'd say some of my favorite music moments in video game soundtracks are things like in Final Fantasy 15 when Florence and the Machine did a cover of Stand By Me specifically for Final Fantasy
Oh,
15.
really? That's cool.
That shit is so cool to me. It's like Breaking Benjamin in Halo 2.
Yeah.
Like when two worlds almost collide to create a moment, it's really neat.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, I mean, another like honorable mention
But
style
didn't
thing.
didn't they remaster it though, or not remaster it, but it's their cover.
Yeah, it's a cover.
You know, that's a cover, but their cover has like the emotion that only Florence and the Machine can put into something.
Yeah. It's like the difference between listening to Cancer by MyChem and listening to the cover by 21 Pilots. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's very different emotion behind it.
Yeah. Yeah, they both. It's the same song, but it has a completely different feeling between the two artists.
Just by slowing up the tempo and like the more in the voice. But yeah, but honestly, like
That's very Florence.
a very small thing for me that also I thought was pretty sick was the final thing in Mario Odyssey when you're like the final run. The music that plays during that.
Oh yeah,
that was so.
That music was really good.
Dude, that game in general was like incredible, but like that ending, like just that music was just so suitable for the moment that it was just.
I mean,
great.
and those moments fit the best. Like that moment in Undertale when you're walking down the hall and all the monsters are talking to you, and it has get the name of the track playing. Like that moment, like it just fills my heart with determination. Like,
dude, Spiders
but
Dance.
It does because
Spiders Dance. I mean, like, come on.
Spiders Dance is great.
So
I mean,
good.
Sans theme. Come on, Megalomania.
Yeah, Megalovania is amazing. That's what I'm saying. Like that, it's like and that goes back.
Like I know it's a meme now, but like still.
But no, that's why it goes back to like I said. It's like a lot of nowadays, a lot of music all sounds the same to me. So whenever indie games go out of their way to make sure that they have like custom soundtracks, I always make sure to give it attention because almost always it's actually shaped to what's happening as opposed to just I don't know, just make some random background. You know what I mean?
Oh, Hotline Miami soundtrack's really good too. But I mean, you also gotta think. I pull a lot of video game music for D&D because whenever I do D&D, as long as at least when I'm DMing, I have music playing because different music can set the tone in different ways.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like I use there's a band Heilung, which is a traditional Nordic band. That's my orc music. Like it's always my orc music because it's like tribal orc music.
Yeah, I got you.
Like yesterday. I DM'd yesterday and my group encountered the literal Baba Yaga because I'm setting up a warlock patron.
Cool.
Because I'm going to offer someone basically if they want a multi-class, here's your warlock patron.
Yeah.
And so I was playing like creepy swamp music the entire time. So like music from
somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
No, it was like music from. I know I took some music from The Witcher. I mean, I have entire playlists that I made just all for this stuff.
Yeah.
But
oh no, I mean music is extremely powerful, especially in creating moods and then like getting people in the like groove of things.
Music from Skyrim, music from World of Warcraft, music from God of War. I've used the God of War soundtrack times that I'm proud of. Like they all set up a really good emotions and stuff in a way that really sets a tone.
Absolutely.
I mean, when we had the funeral for my character Valdoral,
I didn't know where that was going at first. I was really confused.
my Drow Bloodhunter died, and they had a funeral for him.
Oh, okay.
Basically they were using a playlist that I had made and it fit perfectly for the tone. It was really good. It was really great. It was just like all of us remember that moment because of that.
Yeah.
I know a little bit of a sidetrack. I know when and then
Josh, I got a question for you. So do you think the soundtrack it's not a video game soundtrack, but the soundtrack for Inuyasha would that fit well?
It depends on what you're It depends on what you're doing. Like, I think, like, for the way players were recently doing a heist part of we're doing a big heist, but they were doing a heist part of what they were doing. And I had the Persona soundtrack playing in the background because Persona is all about heist stuff. Like, Persona is all about running heists.
Yeah, I think pretty much anything can work. It's just contextual to what is happening within the game.
Right. So,
like if you're fighting giants,
you want to do within your.
If you're fighting giants, you got to listen to the Attack on Titan theme song.
But like that would actually work really well.
Yeah.
I know you're making fun of it,
No,
but
I
like
know.
the Attack on Titan's whole
Yeah.
thing, especially if you're picking the songs where they're supposed to be fighting Titans, like it is music that's designed to feel bigger than you are.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Is like
So-
that sound design in games is way more important to me and way more respected by me than just grabbing some music that could be slung in behind any scene just to fill the dead air. And that's the
Oh
big
my
difference.
god!
And don't forget, silence can also be used as easily as music
absolutely.
can.
Silence
There's
can be
moments in
very
both video
powerful.
games and like even yesterday when my players were like gearing up to knock on the Baba Yaga's door, I cut out all music.
Yeah.
And then the song I'd picked for it to launch into was a very gradual build up. So by the time they were like opening the door to Baba Yaga's hut,
Yeah.
like it was like starting to get really creepy. And I heard one of my players go, "Oh, holy shit!"
Yeah.
Like
No, that's exactly. No,
because,
it's
like,
good. That's good.
because you can build it's able to put you in a place where you can feel it and that you can see it. And with D&D, considering it's all in your head, you're just hallucinating with your friends for a while.
Yeah,
without
so is
any
my
drugs.
fiance, but you know.
So
The funniest fucking thing I've ever seen was a fight scene in a web series I watch for music that sets the tone. Red versus Blue,
Never heard of it.
and yeah, there was a
because
fight.
I've heard of it.
Yeah. There was a fight scene about to happen, and while they're fighting, they're in a base somewhere, and a bunch of soldiers are just sitting back watching. It's like, wow, this is amazing. But why is it silent? There's no music playing. And they're just like, oh, wait a minute, I just installed a kick-ass stereo system. Here, let me put something on. And it plays some badass music. And then one of the other people was just like, nah, this is too fast and too heavy metal for me. What if, and he goes, I forgot what he called it, but it was basically like, Alexa or something like that.
Yeah.
But he's just like, hey, robot, put on country music, and it just starts playing.
See, now that's a battle for me. Now that's how I want to
And
fight.
then and he goes, nah, too southern. Hey, put on Harry Potter, and then it just goes to an audio book during a fight scene. Did you put the thing in the goblet of fire? Screams. It's just started reading from an audiobook while these two people are fighting to the death, and it was the funniest fucking thing I've seen.
Oh shit, that's funny.
I had to do I took a sound design class in college, and I had to do basically I had to take a scene from a movie and put 3 tracks of music over it.
Mm-hmm.
That were 3 different tracks. So I took the fight scene from Star Wars Episode 1 between Darth Maul and Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Because that music is some of the most distinct music in Star Wars.
Yeah.
So I did it to, I forget. Oh yeah, I remember all the tracks now. So at first it plays Battle of Duel of the Fates.
Duel of the Fates, yeah.
Then it goes into Moonlight Sonata, which works really well with that scene because it builds up the drama of it.
Okay.
But then it went into Skrillex's Bangarang. But that also worked really well because it changed the tone from this somber kind of losing fight to like this really badass fight.
Yeah.
And then it went into Single Ladies by Beyonce, and that was really funny.
Oh my god. I mean, we're going off on tangents here, but like another instance.
That's okay.
Another instance.
It's a podcast.
Yeah, that's true. Another instance. Talking within.
Oh wow.
What time are we at?
It doesn't matter for time. My laptop's about to die.
Oh, okay. Well, you should probably.
It's fine. I got 15%.
Oh, okay. But yeah, another.
Yeah, I do eventually have to give this back to Jamie.
We'll wrap it up.
We'll wrap up soon.
Yeah, but,
what were you gonna say, Artie?
So another good instance of that that has very good sound design that incorporates what is happening within the scenes as well as the music itself is Baby Driver. Baby Driver does that incredibly. There are so many instances throughout the entire movie where movements, like things that people are doing or like action sequences that are happening are timed perfectly with the music. So for instance, like if there's an instance of it's like right towards the beginning, there's an instance where like it's a drum, so it's like a doo, 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 doo. And when that drum, every time it goes doo, a stack of money is put down on the table exactly in the rhythm that of the drum. Great. Another instance later on, a gunfire, same situation, like the beat goes with like the gun is firing at the same beat of the gun. Like that kind of shit I was like, chef's kiss, delicious, loved it. It was so good. Like I love
Magnifico.
simple shit like that. But like it's not done super often. So when I do see it done, I like have a very big appreciation for it. But I'm glad it's not also done all the time because then it would just get very tiring. So
Yeah.
A bit overkill.
exactly.
So that's all I got for this podcast episode.
Wow, what an
Anything else you wanna talk about
anticlimactic.
before we end?
So that's
all I got. Yeah, that's all I got. Bye. Click.
Imagine.
Just hang.
Anyone else got anything before we go?
Nothing really interesting. No interesting stories. That
Yeah.
Nah.
Nothing, there's not much to talk about right now besides that's why we are using questions from Reddit to kind of fuel this because it's not like we have much going on in our own lives at this moment. And that being said, I said it last week and nobody answered, so I'm pretty bummed out on you guys. So anybody watching, for the love of God, give us questions, ask us anything. I don't care. Like, I mean,
we'll answer.
for the most part, most
do.
part, we'll answer. I'm not making any promises.
Social interaction.
But yeah, if you've got things you want us to talk about or questions you might want to ask us, if you and your significant other are having a fight over something and you want us to pick sides, hell, go for it, man. I'm down.
Yeah,
I'll pick sides.
for sure.
So yeah, for sure.
I'll pick sides. I'll fuel this fire.
Yeah, why not, dude?
Yeah, I'll make you guys
Dude,
break
I am
up.
devil's advocate all the time. But yeah, so for real, interact with us. It'd be great. And yeah, again, this is kind of shaped by whatever you guys want to hear us talk about. So, if you don't tell us what you want to hear, we're just gonna keep talking about whatever we want to talk about.
Whatever
Video
we
game
want.
soundtracks.
Yeah, just video games forever. But
just soundtrack. Not even the video games. Just their soundtrack.
so this week
All
we'll
right.
be covering fuck it.
We'll be covering the ambient music for transition.
Yeah. I was gonna say something about Cuckoo's Nest, but then I fucked up. So
You lost it.
yeah,
You lost it.
yeah, I know.
All right.
Okay,
But
well, on that downer of a note,
we'll catch you next time while Artie sits there sad
we'll see you
and
guys.
thinks about what
Yeah,
he's
I
done.
got a week to think about it. So,
right.
oh, see you guys.
Love you.
Goodbye. Mwah.